Oberon over one update went from D tier to S tier, at least for me, and I love it. I love it. I spent all the update playing as Oberon. I love that I can nuke stupid enemies easily. I love that I can survive without any problems on super high levels. I love that I can support my teammates, but at the same time my whole gameplay isn't around it. I can do well solo, I can do well in a team. In this video, I will tell you my build. You can build your build on top of mine. That's why I made this build in a way that you can change it for yourself. Bear with me, please. You will see that it will be worth it. I will explain everything, and then you can tweak this build for yourself. Hello guys, I'm tosi-chan, so let's go! Okay, so a big disclaimer before we talk about this build. My goal was to make a build where I should save. It's like a really offensive support, kinda like a Paladin in a way. If you play D&D or whatever, World of Warcraft, you probably know what I'm on. So someone that can boost your teammates, can take the damage, and can also give it back to the enemies. So yeah, I think it's one of the most versatile frames right now, in a way. So first thing first, let's talk about abilities. So how passive works is, whenever you collect a health orb, we are putting on you and your allies within the affinity range something called Righteous Negation. It's like a divine shield from Hearthstone, if you ever played it. If not, then it basically, instead of giving the damage to you, it absorbs the damage completely. You can have maximum of 3 stacks, so enemy attack you 3 times, it's gone. But that's really good because this first dose of damage, you just won't get it. Theoretically, if you kill enemies fast enough, you will drop another health orb and have this immortality all the time. In reality, it's not that easy, but it's really nice, it makes survivability way easier. Okay, and to the first ability. It's called Smite, and it's way better than before. You use it on an enemy, deals massive damage, removes all the overguard, all his defenses, and also deals a portion of the damage to our enemies around the target. This ability is crazy, and is also a Hallowed ability, so consider getting Oberon, and also, you just get Oberon, right? For free from the update. Maybe put it into helmet system, use the Smite on some other Warframes, because this ability seems to be overpowered for now. And we have a first augment for it, called Smite Infusion. If you hold this ability, you cast all yourself and the allies within 15 meters, additional 100% radiation damage for 40 seconds. So it's kinda like Volt ability, you just do more damage with your weapons, pretty cool. Okay, second ability, Hallowed Ground. You put an area around Oberon that deals damage to enemies, but also protect you from status effects and your allies. Really cool. Basically every fight you should start with putting it on the ground, because that makes it way easier. And we have Hallowed Eruption, the augment mod, and by passive that gives plus 200% Hallowed Ground duration, so it will working for way longer, and if you recast it, you deal the remaining damage and the status damage, the radiation, to the enemies. So theoretically you can nuke with it. I don't think it's that good because you already have 2 abilities to nuke enemies, so yeah, but this is a choice if you play some mission when you play, for example, survival. Even this 200% ground duration will be really nice if you want to, do a little bit of AFK frame. Hey, if you enjoyed the video so far, maybe consider liking and subscribing. Just a thought. Yeah, on to third ability. It's called Renewal. It's basically an aura that protects you and your allies. It's healing you and it gives you bonus armor. And the healing is doubled if you are on the Hallowed Ground, so the second ability. And here we have pretty interesting augment mode called Phoenix Renewal. Whenever you take fatal damage, instead of dying, you heal to 50% health. That works for you and for your allies, but it can occur every 60 seconds. But I think the timer is individual between you and allies, so pretty cool. I'm not using it because I have already a pet that can do that, and I prefer more damage, but yeah, pretty cool alternative. And then we have Reckoning, the fourth ability, a really important one, especially for this build. So, first of all, you leave the enemies up, you do crazy damage to them, but you also remove the armor from the enemies, and you get additional armor for yourself. And when enemies die, there is a 50% chance you'll drop a Health Orb. And Health Orbs we need to fuel the passive ability. And we have the augmented mod that I'm using for my build. It's called Hallowed Reckoning. And it gives 40% more range for fourth ability. And there is a 3-meter radius between every enemy that grants you bonus armor to allies and yourself. and deals 300 damage per second to the enemies. The duration is 10 seconds here, so by using fourth ability you're basically putting a big area that will deal damage to new enemies that will come. I think this augmented mod is just crazy, and additional armor will be useful for the Arcanes. So let's talk about the Arcanes. I'm using Arcane Battery. With it, I can get up to 1200 energy. I have only 640 energy in the mod menu, but during the mission you'll be casting fourth ability, you'll be boosting your armor, and with this boost you can get up to 1200 maximum energy. That's a lot. That's really a lot. More than you really need. So yeah, Arcane Battery is a really good one. Then we have, I think you know which one, Arcane Universal Fallout. Each relation status effect inflicted on enemies by abilities gives 6% chance to drop a universal orb on enemy death. And this one is really important because we're getting more orbs. This is good for the energy economy, this is good for the passive. This is just a great choice here. So yeah, if you can use Universal Fallout, it's the best choice for Oberon. Alright, talking about shards, we have Forge Amber Archon Shard for casting speed. I have only one because I'm using Speed Drift, but probably should put two, especially if you don't have Forge ones. I have two Forge Violet Archon Shards. They replace Equilibrium for me, so if you can't afford it, just put Equilibrium. And I have Forge Topaz Archon Shards that give me plus 30% ability damage on enemies affected by radiation status. Is that the best thing you can put? I don't know, I'm still testing it. I like it. You can replace it with more ability strength if you wanna, that will be good too. Okay, on to the aura. I'm using Brief Respite. Every time I'm using an ability, I'm getting a little bit of shields. Always nice for force of ability. You don't have to use it. Instead, you can put, for example, Growing Power. That will be good too. You can put any other aura. I like Brief Respite. I think it's just really, really good. Then we have 3 Umbra mods. So, you don't have to invest into Umbra. You can just put normal mods. And I will tell you a little bit later about the alternatives, how to change this build. But I was like, I have so many Umbra forma and it's kinda hard to put them into Warframes because you have to invest so much. You know what they should do, guys? They should change that when you put Umbra forma and then you put on the slot normal mod, it's not being cut by half. Because if you invest Umbra forma into your build, you basically can't build anything else anymore. That's really annoying, but I thought it's worth it for this build, and yeah, we have 3 Umbra mods here. Vitality, Fiber, and Intensify. A really good combo, more health, more armor, more ability strength. And on top of that we have Overextended and Blind Range. So, more range, more strength. In total we have here 216% strength, so really cool. So far, testing on the Steel Path, it's really enough to deal good damage to the enemies, enough to kill them. Then we have Stretch to put a little bit more ability range. If you want even more survivability, you can change the Stretch for Augur Reach, right? Because then you cast it, you get even more energy, blah blah blah. You know how it works. And then we have 2 slots that you can put anything you want. I put Adaptation. I know, kinda an overkill. We have all the Umbra mods and I put Adaptation. And we have Brief Respite and all. But hear me out. I put Adaptation because I want this build to be a Paladin, you know. I don't care if enemies are attacking me, I don't care what's happening around me, I just go, kill enemies, I have more than enough to survive. And I had this little tiny moments when some little status went on me, some electricity or some slash or whatever, and that was enough to beat me up, not kill me, maybe sometimes kill me, because I wasn't looking, but I wanted this build to be, I don't care, I don't even look at my health, I just fight, I do whatever, I survive. So this adaptation, more than enough survivability, you could change it. And what is a good alternative here? Probably Equilibrium, if you don't have shards. More strength, more range, more duration. Or put a Augment mod here, that's also good. And the second slot I have Hallowed Reckoning, so the 4th ability Augment mod. And I think it's a must-have, to be honest, like really, it's such a good mod. It helps with boosting armor so much, it's really great with Arcane Battery. Alright, and the Exilus slot I have Speed Drift, you know, sprint speed, casting speed. I'm using only 1 shard for the casting speed, so, you know, it's nice to boost it a little bit. You can put whatever here. I guess a good choice would be Power Drift, maybe Cunning Drift. I think the best would be Prime Sure-Footed. Do you need it? Probably not, but if you can afford it, Prime Sure-Footed all the way. Also, as you see under me, I'm streaming on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So if you wanna talk on the stream, check out the description, the link to my Twitch is there. Now let's talk about the alternative for the new players. So the aura is Dreamer's Bond, you have this aura for sure. If you have better aura, just put whatever you want. We have Flow to boost our energy. We have Equilibrium. Remember that with a new mission called, I think, the Teacher or something like that, with the Teshin, you get Equilibrium. So if you're a new player, you can get Equilibrium really fast just by playing this mission. Don't sleep on Equilibrium, it's one of the best mods, that's a must-have, really. Then we have Vitality, Intensify Steel Fiber. We have Stretch for my ability range. And then, again, we have 2 slots, you can put whatever. I put Hallowed Reckoning, this augment mod. If you don't have it, it's fine. Maybe put some more strength, maybe put some more duration. Continuity could be nice, why not? And another one I put Streamline, because we don't have that good energy economy, so Streamline, really nice. Okay, so last thing is my loadout. So I'm using Soma Incarnal. Yeah, this is my current build. As you can see, this Incarnals. I really like this last one because when I start the mission, I shoot my ammunition 2 times, like all of it, so I can, reload and get this double damage. And then for the rest of the mission, I try not to reload, at least if I'm not empty, and it's great. So yeah, other than that, I have this weapon called Letum, I think. So here is the build. And I have Ak and Brant with this beautiful skin. Incarnal 2, here you have the build, and here you have the Incarnals. I just love this shield because, like, look at this. With this shield and Soma, it looks great. I really like it. My pet, I'm using Kugat, the Panzer Vulpavilla, something like that. And this is my build. Here we have the claws. I think with this guide you should be able to make a really decent build. And yeah, tell me guys in the comments what you built, what you changed. I'm interested knowing how your build looks like. And maybe with your suggestions, I'll upgrade my build. If you are passionate about Warframe like me, join the Discord, we share builds there, we show fashion, we do a lot of things, we play together. If you like this video, then you would probably like the next video. It's about Nova. Thank you everyone and bye bye!